What up, world? It's your boy Sky, broadcasting live with the girl Jenny, with the lovely rest we have over here as well. Say hello, hello. We're getting introduced to each other. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't remember all the names off the top of my head. Oh, look. But anyways, as we're here, oh yeah, they're checking each other out. But anyways, as we're here, the main thing I had to say is learning about my presence, my power, and what I'm doing here. And I can see it amongst these dogs, these animals, and people. But really, since right now I'm alone, I'm the only human in here, like I see it with the connection with the dogs, and like we're helping heal each other. You know what I'm saying? Just by being in each other's presence, taking care of each other and giving them good food, honestly. When, excuse me, as we have it. And basically what I started noticing is just like, I know animals are animals and humans are humans, but like we still have responses. There's responses out of love and out of fear. And part of what's been helping me to learn like what I'm becoming and what I'm transforming is into fatherhood, to be honest. I have yet to find out news of this, because I'm being patient and I'm allowing, the universe to have that miracle and that, agreement align when it's supposed to align, But anyways, I see like fatherly qualities and traits I'm embodying, to be able to hold it down and hold the space and keep things calm, you know what I mean? To keep these dogs, safe and protected, you know what I'm saying? Like, the energy doesn't lie, for real. The energy doesn't lie at all. So, basically, I like this because it helps me to even vision what I can turn into, you know what I mean? Like, I see maybe, like when I'm, getting one of the dogs who's a little bit more scared and I guess have some fearful qualities sometimes, just off of me, barely even knowing them. But that's also from trauma and experiences that I have no part in. You know what I'm saying? Just like the same thing with me. The things I've been through, nobody else plays those parts with that too, Well, for the most part, unless it's someone that's whatever, I'm gonna let that go. You get what I'm saying, Random new people I meet for the first time, they, more than likely are not the cause or source of all my experiences, traumas, problems, pain leading up to now, So, like the client I just met now, I don't really know them, you know what I'm saying? And that's why it's just in the present, neutral, mature transition there, you know what I'm saying? But maybe if it's like a loved one that we've been through a lot of things together, of course there's going to be some depth there, some experiences, some memories. But what I'm saying is like some of these dogs and some people, we all have different responses towards certain things and different behavioral patterns due to our conditioning in our life up to now, and I noticed with, these dogs, like I have care and love in mind always for them, out of a loving way, you know what I'm saying, to achieve health and wellness and peace amongst us, no barking, no jumping around 24/7, no, ungroundedness, you know what I'm saying, no shakiness, just stability, warmth, love, care, you know what I'm saying, all of that, and kindness and security, and I notice that amongst them because sometimes maybe when my intentions are just to get them out of, being in the corner, isolated, or, trying to run out and run away, I'm over here providing like a loving response. And it reminds me of, to be honest, a lot of times maybe when we're in school and there's like, men and women who are a few generations older than us, and they're like mentors, coaches, teachers, help guides, counselors, whatever you want to call it, and they're like older than us by a generation or multiple generations and decades. We can see some of those traits and qualities amongst them, to really hold things down. There's certain folks, coaches and stuff that we come across throughout our educational life and just life in general that really embody, an inspiring frequency to really keep things calm and grounded and respected and, mature and safe, and I can see that within my own transformation now, that with how I am with the animals and how I can be the best with, our first newborn, whenever that day comes, whenever that moment comes, and how I'll be there. Just like this dog just came in the lap, you know what I mean? Hey! Just came in the lap, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm desiring to be with, the first son and first daughter I have. And all of the sons and daughters I have, if it's multiple and if it's singular, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's for the mother and I to agree upon whenever that moment in time comes, But I like these characteristics so I can see how I'm a protector and a provider, and I'm building myself daily. But I notice the signs like these, and it's cool, you know what I'm saying? Because this is something I can see myself doing, helping out rescue animals, at shelters, helping out people at shelters, because I've been in a shelter before. I've been in shelters before, and it's not fun. I know what they're going through. If I can have an experience I can relate with, and I can share it, and that was not a place for me to be at. Even the staff was saying, what am I doing there? I don't belong there. In a way of inspiration to get out and, embark upon building my life, getting together, realizing I'm super young and that I'm not supposed to be taking it for granted. This is the time to really get it and grind and be different and make those decisions to really set my life up to last in the long run. I guess that's probably why the homie Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters, was saying, that we'll have the last laugh. Some of us that are vegans, living this way and whatnot, I see why, because it's a long run. You know what I'm saying? It's not quick and easy and fast or whatever, but like I see different pieces of the puzzle coming together slowly. It's like a big game of chess, a massive, garden we're planting with a lot of seeds. All these seeds don't grow, overnight. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if we planted seeds 2 years ago, all my life I've been planting seeds, especially this whole vegan seeds of a higher quality 2 years ago, I'm reaping the benefits now. You know what I mean? I'm here being compensated to care for loving animals. Like, this is amazing. I have no problem with this at all, like, for real. And I'm learning different things, you know what I mean? So we can all be in harmony, so that, we're all respecting each other. Animals are respecting humans, and humans are respecting animals. And I can see us opening like a big animal care facility, vegan, plant-based, you know what I'm saying? Like, these dogs and these animals are gonna be all out happy, you know what I'm saying? Super happy, filled with joy. Because we can have like a big backyard, with like a whole bunch of obstacle courses, plenty of toys, a lot of different little portals for like water stations, like fresh, clean spring water, alkaline water for the dogs to drink, an abundance of that, and honestly, a lot of vegan dog treats, to be honest, all around, like a vegan dog kit, to be honest, for each of them, just like they're at, summer camp, summer camp with the skies, have some nice eucalyptus and lavender type of essential oils to give them a shower and bath. They can have a little date night. The dogs can have a date night. You know, or just get to know each other and have like a big campfire at night, maybe. Where like all the dogs are gathered around, and we might play lullaby music, or I don't know, play around. There's a lot of creative ideas. Of course, a lot of toys. And just space inside too. Of course, keeping the vegan treats going, keeping some essential oils and herbs and spices and stuff like that, incorporating that into the nutrition. Like, cause it's life. Why would you feed or consume death? So that, of course, all the showers, and probably figure out a cool bedding arrangement for the dogs. Playing some lullaby, sweet, soft music, and just living like that. I see that a lot. And of course, other animals too. I like cats, a cat space too. Okay, all the animals. But right now I have dogs here, so that's why I'm speaking about the dogs. But I love all the animals, and I'm looking forward to learning about all the other animals. But as of now, this is what I'm seeing. Because these adorable faces are just here laying in my lap, and like, I don't know, it's priceless because I've come a long way, from being calm around animals and dogs. Maturing process, I guess, is what I'm undergoing. Always, every day, forever. But like, I see it amongst the dogs and their behavior, so I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it, and I see what I can become, who I am, and who I am becoming, or who I can continue to grow into throughout this long stretch of life. And that's to be a protector, a provider, a father, a son, a family member, a mentor, a coach, a friend, a relative, whatever you want to call it, like an inspiration, all those things, like within one. And like, I see that within myself, and I'm grateful to be embodying these characteristics because I see the bigger picture, how the energy, helps out those around. What I'm saying? It doesn't change, but it does inspire, in ways that maybe people don't even express it, but it still helps out. And it still is holding the space to keep the peace, because this is pure love energy. I'm not perfect, but I'm just saying, like, this is as organic and real and raw as there is, and it's a continual healing process. But I'm saying I see the power, the healing power, and just the overall vibe can help out the space you're in. If you're a teacher in a classroom or whatever this case may be, and maybe there's students with a whole lot of different backgrounds, but like if you're a really amazing professor or coach or mentor or whatever, really healed up and really truly aligned in purpose and love and everything, then your mentoring and coaching will last a lifetime with them. Those students, those, sons or teammates, players, whatever you want to call it, like, the real ones will develop into like a long-lasting connection, and that's how I see it, because of the seeds and like the quality of time and energy you gave with them, and I guess now I see the brother Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters. He has a video called "I Should Not Tell You This," and like he says that great prophets and sages, like, they aren't worshipped throughout their time, but like in the end, like they are, because like their words lived on, and like they're handsomely rewarded and all that stuff. But anyway, I'm really inspired by the brother Infinite Waters and other people too, especially Ralph Smart. I don't know why, bro. Like, I love you, dog. Like, something about your videos and everything, I am grateful for all of your guidance, to be honest. But yeah, it makes sense because, some things it's like you just have to realize and understand all that stuff, like in the moment, in the physical and everything, and for ourselves. To be honest, the words are cool and the thoughts are cool, but it's just like combining it all and just fully starting to realize some of these things for ourselves is like the best. So that's what I'm talking about this. But it feels cool because I see a purpose. I do desire to continue to heal myself and especially, heal others. And I see, this patience required and this trust being built as well, obviously. And I'm really accepting of that, and I will continue to keep going. After going so long of not, you know, living like this, 20 years, 2 decades not living like this, so I'm cleaning up all that karma, and I'm going forward. You know what I mean? I'm going forward, and I'm looking to see things even out and just continue to rise higher, higher, and higher, and higher, and really keep sharpening my sword of love to help heal as I heal myself, and then that will help heal others as well. I'm not saying I'm, whatever, better or anything. I'm just saying my own aura or whatever can really help impact people. That's all I'm saying. The health, the simple things like the health or whatnot, it helps nurture and heal others. So that's what I'm doing, as they help out with me. So anyways, I see that, and I see possible things that can develop in the long run. I love the idea of being able to have our own supplements, because all up until now, guess what? All up until now, paying for stuff. Me, I've always loved I've always loved fruits and vegetables, grains, and also herbs. I love marijuana. I love CBD. I love cannabis. I love going in environments and states and cities that's really emphasized and accepted and, legitimate all throughout the whole population, agreed upon, throughout the whole population. So I love that, and obviously you have to pay for it, Well, I've been paying for it for the most part. Some of it has been given as gifts for free, and a lot of it recently, it's honestly just, you have to take care of yourself, and it's, I guess, law of exchange. So that's obvious, So I remember going to a dispensary in Denver, Colorado, and it was just amazing energy. The people there were just vibing great. I was in and out in a very smooth process, and I didn't mind paying for it, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes, I've been out and I've had people gifted, you know what I'm saying, for free. So you never know. But I love that, and I desire to be able to have our own compounds and supplements, because at Whole Foods, the maca powder, the cacao, coconut milk, the almond milk, all those things, they're costing us now, at least myself, unless you walk in and walk out stealing, over and over again. But I'm talking about, I desire to be in a position where I'm able to do that, and to be stably able to, participate in that exchange, continue, in abundance, in a more abundant amount. Because now it's just, I do it just to heal myself, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also getting to the point where it'd be cool to have an abundance of that, and an abundance of the wealth to be able to acquire it legitimately, and to be able to put that and partner up with some other people maybe and create some compounds, or just for myself, some supplements, compounds, herbal capsules, you know what I'm saying? These herbal combine some different ancient herbal powders. There's a lot in Whole Foods, a lot of the herbal capsules, milk thistle, nettle, burdock, ginkgo leaf, turmeric, dandelion root. The list goes on. There's a lot of herbs in the herb section of Whole Foods. But it'll be cool to do that, in our own way. and other formats of that too. Obviously, creating different foods, comprised of different things. Like these veggie patties, these vegan burgers, vegan hot dogs, vegan snacks and bars and stuff like that. I am desiring to work together and do that as well. To have that to provide for humanity, for the animals, to help them heal, for us to help us heal. And yeah, that's honestly the vision, the dream, and plan I am living, I'm pursuing, and I am grateful to be embarking upon. So let me know how y'all vibe with this. Let's make some stuff happen. It's your boy Sky, broadcasting live